This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Well, this situation with Joe Budden, he talks about Rory and Maul in this situation. Doesn't really get to anything, but he's talking about the love, and I love these guys, and the business, and I felt taken advantage of. Listen, man, this situation is a little bit funny to me, even though it's not funny to Joe probably because he lost two friends. But you preached something and then went against it. You preached, F money, it's about friends, it's about sharing, it's about this, putting people on and everything. And at the end, they weren't contributing anything in your mind. And you didn't think they deserved anything but a salary. They didn't deserve any equity when they've been there for years. It's just like that always. And I've made these mistakes too that Rory and Maul made. No ironclad contracts down in the beginning. I made the same mistake with World Star and Q. And at one point, I had to walk away from the situation. I made some money, but it was like, I deserve more. But it's okay. Sometimes you got to walk away and rebuild. And the next time, not to trust people, because there are no friends in the music business. I don't care how friendly these guys were with each other. Joe and these guys they have their best interest in mind, and you have to have your best interest in mind. But, I think it all worked out because these guys, Rory and Maul, have their own platform now, have the same amount of fans coming to their coming to their podcast. And they're doing things that they want to do on their terms, and they don't have that looming thing where, they can make their own business decision now, where it seems like Joe was making all the business decisions before. But it's funny because just because Joe was preaching one thing and then doing another, but here they are with it, speaking about it.
My situation with a good friend of mine, that I went through the exact same situation via a podcast.
Yeah, no, we talked. That's the thing, when I was going through that, and I'm not trying to give Facebook this exclusive, so I'll keep this brief. But when I was going through that, I'm real meticulous with things. So I called a bunch of people that I looked up to and searched and sought advice. And I got a lot of information, but all of the information was how to handle the business. Nobody really spoke to how to handle the love part of it, right?
Right.
So I dropped the ball. On the love part. But I don't do well in certain situations. Like,
it's a breakup.
And I'll end this here, but right, like, I'm never going to do well when I feel taken advantage of, ever. That's not a Maul Rory thing. That's not a pod thing. That's not a famous thing. That is from very early on in life. I get it from my mom. When you start to feel like people that you care about are taking advantage of switch flicks. And that's what happened around the time. There was a lot going on. I really wish I would have handled it with a lot more grace and love. Because what I heard after that from somebody that I admire was, who did I interview? The lawyer. But he was like, no matter how anybody feels about the situation, facts are always facts, right? So there's nothing to really argue about or be emotional about when you're dealing with facts and facts only. And my side of all that shit was just fact-based. Right. Their side was probably a little more emotional. And I didn't read that well because I don't do well with that. Like even the women in my life, when they're trying to have that soft, emotional, sensitive moment, like you gotta really break it down for me. I'm a Virgo. Like, give it to my brain so I understand where we're coming from. So we went through all that. We had that whole big blow up, and I still couldn't even tell you what it's about. I can't tell you what it's about. They didn't ask me for nothing. We just fought.
Egos are an MFer. See, I didn't curse, but
Anyways, it's a dumb situation that spiraled into other things. Joe Budden lost some sponsors actually behind other things that happened in a domino effect of that, because people take advantage when you look like you're down. I'm sure he'll bounce back fine. I mean, you know, he's still doing his pod and everything, but it's not the same. Rory and Mal are flourishing. We'll see how everything pans out. I think that one day they'll all be friends again, but it's rough to see that stuff in public, and it always happens. I mean, people don't stick together forever. Look at G-Unit, Dipset, you know, a lot of, that's just a few to name, you know. People break up, you know. Business, relationships, whatever. It's Jordan Tower with JT News. I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.